What up, boys and girls? DC here, and we are about. I'm going to show you a little code breaker. I'm going to show you how I do code breaker. It's not the greatest method, but this is how I do it, and I don't mind doing it like this. And I just find it. I like it. It works great if you've got event boost because it actually allows you can force quit and not lose your bout or your event boost. And it allows you pretty much to get some serious points. You may have to, usually I'll just show you. Anyway, this is how I do it. So let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start. It doesn't matter. You can use any set of arrows. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do the first set, which is a left arrow. So just do left arrow, left arrow, left arrow. Now, okay, so none. So it tells me there are no left arrows in the code breaker, right? So if you want to get a pen and paper and write, just to take some notes, you don't need to, because a lot of the time, because it does obviously tell you here, you can actually follow this, but there are certain parts when it comes to combinations that you may want to write down, but I'll explain that as I go. So next we are going to go all right arrows. So there's one right arrow, we know that now. Okay, so we know there's a right arrow, that's a combination. We know there's a right arrow and no left arrows. Now, when I say something about the combination, what I mean is like when you get to the last part of it and you're sort of trying to figure out where, for example, you may have two left arrows and you may not know where they go. You may put them in a certain place and it says they're in the wrong order. You may want to take note of where you put the left arrow so when you do it again, you know not to put them there. So now we know no left arrows, one right arrow. So we're all going to go, we're going to go all up arrows. So we know now the combination is one right arrow and two up arrows. So that means we now have a down arrow to sneak in there. So what we're going to do with the boss is this. So there's two in the correct. So what we need to remember is this. So we're going to try and just basically go bam, bam, bam. Okay. So now we are going to force quit. Right? And remember, what you want to do, you want to force quit. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you remember the patterns. So you've got two up arrows, a down arrow, and you do have a right arrow that's going to go there, right? So we're going to force quit, go back into it. So you got to remember the right arrow obviously will go first. So we launch it again. When we come back in, you'll see that the whole puzzle's been done. Now we start the puzzle. Not the puzzle, the code breaker. So we will now go right arrow, and then we'll follow boom, 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 and we should get all four. Boom. There we go. Now we'll go through the whole, pretty much get max points. But we did lose that game. Well, normally you wouldn't lose that game, but now you get it. So, and you just repeat the process Now again, normally you would, in this instance, you would use a refresher or something. So yeah, that was not obviously it wasn't, you know, normally you'd win that game. I f***ed up there because I didn't notice that my card was weak. But again, that's relevant. You won't make that mistake. You'll refresh the card. Use the refreshers for that purpose only. Don't use the refreshers on the giants, because, or whatever the hell they are, the bosses, because instantly, you know, you'll beat them no matter what, you know, because as long as you got more than 700,000 on each card, you're going to win it, because the giants drop straight away to about 600,000. Anyway, guys, that's how you do it. That's how I do it anyway. Until next time, take care of yourself.